Oh yes, it's time for another Turbo Review. In 2007, Hasbro released Rodimus, the very last of the Alternators figures, as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and had limited stock available for sale on Hasbro's online store the Monday following Comic-Con, where it sold out in about 20 minutes. So, how well does the last of the Alternators figures carry on the Rodimus lineage? Let's take a look. Rodimus's alt mode is a red Ford GT with gold highlights. The front hood sports flame detailing along with a red Autobot symbol. The car doors open, revealing a detailed interior including dashboard, steering wheel, and seats. The back of the car opens, where the engine is readily visible. There are rubber tires on all four wheels, and the front two are both connected to a main axle, so they both turn simultaneously. He sports a California license plate with the words "Too Hot." This is in obvious reference to the name Hot Rod, which Hasbro no longer has the copyright to use. A sleek-looking car, yes, and a believable enough alt mode for the character. Alt mode gets an 8.5. Rodimus's transformation falls somewhere in the mid-range for Alternators. Not as simple as a figure like Alternators Rumble, but also not as complicated as the infamous Wheeljack Grimlock mold. It is, however, a fun bit of engineering, and I'm giving it an 8.5. There's something uniquely Rodimus about this robot mode, despite the fact that the mold was originally designed for Alternators Mirage. Head Sculpt takes the Alternators aesthetic and applies it to Rodimus's design to great effect. No doubt about who this is. As the front of the car forms his chest, it gives him the iconic flames we associate with this character. Flames also surround his arms at the wrist. The back end of the car, which becomes his legs, does a few things I'd like to see on other Autobots. The sides of the car are the front of the legs, including visible rear tires, and the back end splits to become his kneecaps. The mold does feature a couple of sore points, including his yellow hands. I really wish they had been orange. 2, he's got huge shoulders, including the doors that will just hang there. And finally, a big gap behind his chest panel. Flaws aside, Robot Mode scores an 8.5. As an alternator, Rodimus has much better than average articulation. Arms and legs have multiple swivel points. Hands open and close, and his head swivels and rotates very well. Some of his kibbly bits may hinder the articulation slightly, but not much. Articulation gets an 8. First off, Rodimus's alt mode is a 1/24th scale car modeled after the real-life Ford GT. And real-life, if sometimes exotic alt modes, is the main gimmick of the Alternators line. That's what made it so awesome. Secondly, his engine becomes a weapon, or more accurately, 2 weapons. Both of these fit quite nicely in Rodimus's articulated hands. Finally, his head features a flip-down clear visor that covers his eyes, in homage to the Transformers the movie from 1986. Gimmicks are all good here, and I'm giving them a score of 9. Overall, Alternators Rodimus scores an 8.5. Alt mode is sleek and fits the character. Transformation is just complicated enough to be interesting. Robot mode, while not designed with Rodimus in mind per se, remains uniquely Rodimus. Articulation is exactly what you'd expect from the Alternators line, and gimmicks are among the best I've reviewed so far. Highly recommended. This is definitely one figure that fans of the Alternators line, as well as fans of the Rodimus character, shouldn't pass up. His cost on the secondary market is towards the higher range for an Alternators figure, and for those looking to purchase one now, be careful. There is a deceptively well-made knockoff out there that is hard to distinguish from the real thing. So, if you are looking to buy, make sure you purchase from a reputable source only. This has been another Turbo review. Thanks for watching, and remember to help control the GoBot population. Have your GoBot spayed or neutered today.